Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. I mean, if you're in uranium, it might be a little bit rough, but um, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of uranium. Uranium got hit pretty hard. The news that was out today, I'll let you know what it is. Um, Treasury yields jump after Fed's Powell hint at a 50 basis point rate hike for next month. That's the news. That's what a lot of people um, are attributing the sell-off to, because when he came out with this, everything sold off. Now, what does that mean for us? It means that it's actually a good thing. Why? Because when they're continually raising interest rates, it's going to put pressure on bonds, which is why bonds went up so much today for people to sell their bonds. That's fuel for our fire over here in commodities. So we want this to continually go up. Why? Because that means that the Fed thinks that inflation is a problem and that it's getting worse. And so long that the rates are increasing, I would say that we have a tailwind behind us. It doesn't seem like that today. I understand, but I that's what I've seen in history, and that's what I think is that fuel for that fire that we're going to have in commodities. So let's dive in. I'll look at some of the charts here. The uranium futures price was flat. Looking at the Sprott Uranium Trust, we sold off today. Looks like we were going to run here yesterday, and then that news came out. And remember, news can move anything on a very short-term basis. The fundamentals of this sector want this to go far higher. The fundamentals. So, selling off today on that news. We have a little wick at the bottom. I'm willing to bet that this resistance line will hold. So and remember, it's just a general vicinity. General vicinity line will hold. It'll come back up. It's my guess. URNM's back on its, almost touching its support line. So we've got a big sell-off day today, touching support. We're going to have to work this momentum off a little bit. It may take a little bit of time. And I would be a buyer in my favorite companies coming up here when this momentum gets worked off. CCJ getting sold off today. Again, we're above the support line between resistance and support. Everything looks okay. We just got to see what happens the next few trading days to see if this momentum can work its way off quickly. Bannerman getting more sold off today. Yeah, I get it. We were at support, sold right through that support. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Remember, this is all news-based. It isn't a structural problem with uranium or anything like that. Goviax selling off today. I mean, everything basically sold off. It's still above all of its support lines and everything like that. Global Atomic selling off today, basically reversing where it was about 2 days ago. 2 trading days ago, 2 days. Forces Metals selling off today. You had a good buying point if you nabbed it at 59 cents. Pure Point Uranium selling off. They all sold off today, guys. I mean, it's that support for Deep Yellow. We got support holding it up a little bit. Paladin selling off a little bit, still above support. We'll see if that support can hold. We've got Sky Harbor selling off today, a little bit lower, coming back, hopefully, to its support area. Canalaska selling off today. It is below its support. We'll see if it comes back up. Next Gen Energy selling off out of its little channel. We may have a little bit of a detour lower in the short term. There's your resistance line, or support line, I should say. Base load selling, everything sold off, guys. We're still, maybe this is where we get our support there. I'll move it down. Fission 3.0 selling off. We're still above all the patterns, guys. Nothing has changed. We're still within the pattern. We're just selling off. We may get a little bit more of a pullback. That's fission. Kazatomprom selling off. We've got Peninsula Energy selling off. That's still above its support line. We'll see if that thing holds. Boss Energy selling off and above its support. Might do a little bit of a retest move. We've got Consolidated Uranium right at the tip. It tried selling off. Buyers came in and bought it back up. We'll see where it goes next. Lotus Resources getting a little more of a sell-off today. Coming back. Uroy, looks like Uroy might try to get the bottom down here. I like it down here myself. Encore Energy selling off. Oh, we got it in the circle. I said from this day here, we're going to pull back. Buyers stepped in yesterday to push this higher, and then the news came out today and pushed it lower. Pretty crazy. Remember, short term, anything can happen short term. UUUU coming back to the line here. URG coming down, getting back inside the pattern. UEC, again, we tried breaking higher here yesterday, but the news came out and really pushed this thing lower. We're still above this breakout. Everything is still intact, guys. Even if we pull back a little bit, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. LEU, so this is one, yeah. Nice big sell-off today, right at that support line. So that's right at support. LTBR coming down, a little bit of a sell-off. We could pull back even further. It's got room. ISO Energy, man, this thing looked really good yesterday. And then the news today just romped everything. It romped absolutely everything. It's not just uranium, guys. Everything sold off today. Everything. Appia sold off. And again, we're still above this resistance line. Everything still looks good. We're actually getting into really good buy points again for a lot of these companies. Denison Mines coming back to a point where we're almost at support, another buy point. Blue Sky Uranium, wow, this thing really traveled all over the place. Big down day in that. Forum Energy Metals, down day. We could have had a little bit lower. We'll see what tomorrow has. AEC getting hit pretty hard to the downside. Laramide getting hit. Everything's getting hit. It's across the board. It's across the board selling. Western Uranium, Vanadium Corp getting hit. UEXCF still above all the supports on everything, guys. Mega Uranium coming back, and hopefully we come back even further. I would buy more of Mega Uranium if we get in these areas, guys. I mean, or even if it gets lower, I'd buy down here too. I would love it if it got that low. Standard Uranium getting the bloody nose there. ALXCF actually one of few that went up. Valor Metals getting the sell-off today. Elevate, oh man, hopefully this thing pulls back big. I want this one to come back. I will buy the poop out of this one. I don't really own any in Elevate yet. I've been waiting for a pullback, but it might be coming. And 92E, yeah, this one's got a bearish engulfing too. This could eventually, pull back here in the short term. But again, we're above a lot of these patterns. We're still looking good. Nothing's really broken. So nothing's changed from any of the days before. This momentum might need a little bit of time to work its way off, and hopefully it does. I want to pull back out of some of these companies so I can buy some more. And overall, though, the structural conditions for a commodity bull market are still there. The deficits are still there in uranium. The deficits are still there in all these commodities. Inflation still persists. They're raising interest rates because of that inflation, and because the market's going to force them to raise rates anyway. The bondholders are. So everything's intact. That's all I can say. And I would be looking to be a buyer when the momentum comes down, it slows down and turns around and goes back up. Could the buyers come in here and just romp this thing higher? They very well could. They very well could. Again, I don't know the future, but what we're looking for are, where are the points that we can buy? Where are the support levels? Are they going to hold? And if they hold and the buyers come in and step in, I'm going to be a buyer. That's the way that I'm going to be looking at this. The fundamentals of this sector, the fundamentals of commodities they've never been better. Why? Because we have inflation and an increasing interest rate environment. Everyone's going to be selling bonds. That money's got to rotate somewhere. Where's it going to rotate? It's not going to rotate into tech companies that people don't need. It's going to rotate into things that people need. And right now, energy is needed, food is needed, and housing's needed. And that's where all the shortages are at. So that's where the money's going to rotate to. It's going to rotate to where the shortages are at. All right, guys. If you want to sign up to the Finding Value website, you need some help through this commodity bull market, join the crew down below. Platinum membership will get you into the crew. We've got a meeting coming up this weekend, Saturday. I can help you with your question and answers. If you got questions on anything, you can ask them during that question and answer session. And I can help you through this bull market and give you my opinion. All right, guys. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time. My kids are killing it over here. All right. See ya.